What do you want? Girl, 2023 was a whole setup. Matter of fact, the whole 20s has been a freaking setup. Like, 2020 came in and was like, pop, 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 followed by 2021. We over here ducking like, oh, nope, pop, 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 pop. 2022, heartbreak. Relationship, had to leave my home, heartbreak. And so just when I thought the rounds were over, we about to get back up, take a breath, and then go into 2023 with a redo of what 2020 was supposed to be. Guess what? Child, I didn't even make it to 2023. Before the new year came in, my car died. I missed the job interview. And that set the precedent to what I like to call the year of hell. So, real quick, let me tell you who I am. And we're going to talk about this because I seriously feel like all of the 20s has been a complete setup. Real quick, I'm Shaneequa. I am the founder of Gurl, Use Your Voice. Welcome to my new channel. I am also that brand story chick. Author, screenwriter, actor, ex-teacher, you name it. I've probably done it. That's me. So let's get back to this. The 20s. It started like with Kobe Bryant dying. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that's how it started. Well, you know, that was the end of January, but still, it was like just like a precursor, a foreshadowing of like, y'all, this is gonna be a wild ride. Next thing you know, we're shutting down everywhere, people coughing, people sick, people dying. And then it's like, whoo, 2021, then repeat 20, like it was just ridiculous, right? But then 2023 rolled around. And it was a special kind of, like, it literally tested my faith. I cannot be the only one. Because where 2020, 2021, and 2022 strengthened my faith, 2023 was like Job, y'all. And I did a TikTok on it, like, are you in a Job moment? I thought I was doing something, sharing that little moment. And then, you know, like these little seasons have been quick. Like we've been moving through and finding solutions and solving problems and, you know, all those kinds of things. But then 2023 was an avalanche, a series of more than unfortunate events after each other. Y'all, I even went through an eviction in the middle of that year. Turned 44, got kicked out my apartment. It was horrible. All because I made a bad decision and bought this car that died and just missed me so many opportunities. Oh, listen, I could go on and I will not. So it felt like, God, are you here? Like, have I not been good? Have I not been helping people? Have I not shown up? Have I not poured out into prayer? Have I not strengthened my relationship with you? And you gonna do this to me? It felt like 2023 found out it was on child support or something. It was trying to take me out. I was like, yo, what's happening? What's happening? It was just a crazy year. But through it, I just kept going, okay, let me make something from this. So it took me over a year of looking for a job, but I learned how to do it. And, you know, I had recruiters calling me instead of me having to apply for jobs. So I'm like, okay, let me create a course about this and I'm going to help people feel the same way I do. I felt real good. I was like, they calling my phone. They're blowing me up. They're sending me emails. They're text messaging me. Y'all, they were looking for me. You got the skills, girl. Here's a job for $60 an hour. You want to apply? What? Yes. Yes, I do. I was a teacher. I was making less than 40. Yes, I do. Right? So I made a course about it. Course, workbook, spreadsheet, the whole nine. Called the course Hack Your Resume. Don't ever put that word in your course title. Anyway, so made a course about it. Started selling it, you know, in some places. And then like, getting it in different places, right? I'm like, whew, see, God, I'm obedient. I'm doing what you told me to do. Girl, no. Then I'm like, okay, God, I don't hear you. But for the last 3 years, I had been doing, I've been writing Dear God journals. So I had been doing prayer meditation, like writing out to God. And at one point, I was sitting outside and I was getting ready to pray to God because I have to pray through writing because my thoughts take off. So I have to pray through writing because I'm just a little bit more focused that way. And on top of that, it feels like God actually speaks to me when I do that. I don't know. And so like I put some things down just before I was trying to get into writing. And then God does speak to me. Okay. Was like, do you see what you just did? And I was like, nah, God, I don't see what I just did. What did I just do? And then he was like, go back. And so I looked and I had like a to-do list. I had like ideas that I just got. I had like quick gratitude before I got into prayer. So he's like, did you see what you just did? And I realized what I had done was I left it at the door before I went to go pray. So then he's like, other people gonna need that. And I was like, all right, cool. So boom, y'all, I created the Dear God journal. So I'm like, all right, God, I see you. Got it done. So now I have a course on resumes, a course on cover letters. Now I got a journal. Okay, God, boom. Got you. And look, so like I said, I wanted a place where Dear God was already written. I was like, I don't know if y'all can see that. See that? Dear God is already written because that's how my journals went. And then, like I said, I was doing like the leave it at the door basically. And so it's like yesterday's blessings, gratitude. And then before that, the page before that is to-dos. Like, what's your to-do list? Prioritize your to-do list. And then what's sitting on your heart? Like, what's weighing down on you? So you do all that. Sorry, I started itching and I got that foundation on. Y'all know how we do. We're not trying to leave marks. But anyway, so I got that done. So I was like, boom. So now I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then I was like, nope, guys need one too. All right. So I made one for guys, right? So it's not really good. There we go. So you see that? So it's like the storm and the sun busting through. So like, for instance, the subtitle here is 31 Days of Journaling Through a Season of Spiritual Growth. That's what I was going through. I was like, I need you, God. I don't understand. And so I was just having conversation with God. But then for the guys, because the guys I knew in my life, my partner, some of my friends, like they were going through it. Like one of my friends, her common law husband had a stroke. I was going to say heart attack. Had a stroke, bro. And that was to kick off 2023. I told you the end of 2022 was like, let me give you a precursor. So for the guys, it's 31 days of praying for courage through a season of spiritual growth, change, and transition. Because a lot of guys were like, I'm out. And it was like, no, baby, we need you to stay. We need you to be around. So I made that. So I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. I was in prayer meditation again. And I was hearing like, you need to forgive yourself. And I was like, I'm good. What do you mean I need to forgive myself? Because you hear that forgiveness is for other people. I mean, it's for you, but you're supposed to be like forgiving other people, like don't drink the poison, kill you, whatever. I've already forgiven those people for what they've done. I'm just ready to go and live my life. And it's like, no, you need to forgive you because you've done everything. You're in therapy. You have your ADHD medication because you're properly diagnosed. You're praying to me. You're taking your meditation, not just medication. And then it's like, but, and I'm like, what? What's a but, bro? But you haven't forgiven yourself for your choices. So I was like, you right. So then I worked on the forgiving yourself journals. I'm like, all right, ready to go. Boom. Then I was like, not quite. Do you love yourself? I was like, oh my gosh. So then I created that. So I'm waiting on that to come as well. Like I have some copies of those. And then, we weren't done. Then, y'all, I don't want you coming for me. But this is my channel, okay? And my channel is called Girl Use Your Voice, okay? which means to show up authentically in your truth. Okay. So you with me, right? And if you're not, go ahead, jump off real quick. So you with me, right? So then I'm not going to show you the titles of those. I do have copies of those, but I'm not going to show you the title of those. Then God was like, I want you to write an erotica. I was like, hold on. Okay, this ain't you, right? I was like, there's no way that's you. You're not going to be telling me that. So I sat on that for a long time, actually. I sat on it for like a month and a half. But it was like, I want you to write it. And I'm like, why? And it's so you can be comfortable in your own skin. Y'all, one thing you don't know about me, and you'll probably find out later at some point while we're talking on this channel, is that I'm a survivor. Ooh, I ain't gonna do it to you. I was about to hit you with the destiny. Nah, I was gonna do it to you, but I'm not gonna do it to you. But I'm a survivor, okay? At 16, something happened. I'll save those triggers for another day, but it made me into a mom, or made me have to make the choice of being a mother or not. I didn't make any choice at all, which means you make a choice. And fortunately, I really love my child, love him to death, like squeeze him. However, life has been different and my path has been altered. I'm not doing what I thought I was going to do. I was going to be a pediatrician, blah, blah, blah. That's part of the choices that I need to forgive myself. You know, my location, my not believing this person, like all those things, right? And then also that led to like the not loving myself. But it also made me very uncomfortable in my own skin, very uncomfortable. And so in 2022, I had begun this weight loss journey, right? And I was losing weight, which spawned this one, My Body, My Journey. But I was losing weight and I had lost 40 pounds in 12 weeks. It was fantastic. I was starting to feel sexy, which was great because I was like trying on clothes. I was feeling sexy and girly. So I was trying on clothes. I went to Torrid, you know, the big girl store, but they had this beautiful dress and I was in the dressing room just spinning and in love with it. And I was like, I want this dress. I'm gonna come back. And so I felt sexy, right? And then the bottom of 22 happened. I got stranded in Miami, Florida for 4 weeks because of the car. Whole lot of stress, a whole lot of stuff. Next thing you know, 20 of those 40 pounds are back on my body. Oh yeah, because I also had to have emergency surgery, y'all. So I end up getting 20 pounds back. That's why I look like this, okay? But she made this journal because she's going back on her journey. This has everything that I did to lose 40 pounds in 12 weeks. Everything. And I'm just like so ready to get started. But I became really uncomfortable in my body. I still kind of am. And so I was like, all right, cool. Here's what I'll do. I'll write one about a woman, you know, pleasing herself, loving herself. But that's not what ended up happening, y'all. So I went for these walks to write this book because I was doing a walk and talk with the book. And so I went on a walk to write the book. And the story went, whoo, like the story was not in the direction I was putting it in. And it actually became a story of reclaiming your voice. I was like, God, you back to this voice thing. We'll save that for another video. But voice is a theme of my life. So back to this voice thing. And so actually it's a very consensual book where she learns how to exercise her voice in order to receive her own pleasure from this person, this man. And in learning how to exercise her own voice, she reclaims her power. And as I was writing that, I was like, I see what you're doing. Because y'all, I lost my voice when my power was taken. That book allowed me to reclaim my voice through my character, but then to take it even further, to experience pleasure with those things that she did with this person, which is something that I had struggled with prior to being with my partner. So it was just this whole like cathartic thing. And I was like, okay, I see what you want me to do. I'm over here like the whole time I'm like, okay, God, one thing I know about you, right? You be planning stuff and you have stuff planned 50 steps ahead of where I am. So because you be a planner, I'm over here like, what are you doing with this? What is he doing with this? So I was like, okay, I see what you want me to do. You want me to do a writer's retreat. Got it. Girl. No. So what it was is that I had to get really, really silent, which was interesting because my brand has become about using your voice. But I had to get silent in learning what my own answer for this question is. And I'm going to leave this question with you as we start to wrap up this video. But in the erotica, the question popped up, what do you want? And it was really interesting because when I was writing that story and the question came up, it bothered me because I never had an answer to that question of what do I want? Not just sexually, but in life. And so that's where I had to get silent with myself over these last few months, because here's the thing, and this is why I'm leaving this with you, is that one thing God has been saying to me consistently over the last now 6 years is he has given me everything he's going to give me already. That stated, just because as Bishop T.D. Jakes said, he makes trees, we make chairs and tables, because he knows what can happen with it, right? So he's already given me everything. Now it's up to me to make something of it. And in order to know what I need to make, I have to know what I want. Not what do I want to make, but what do I want out of life? What goal, what destination am I moving to? Of course, under the guidance of God, but what do I actually want out of life? It's not enough to drift down the lake, the river, the ocean, because to move without direction, to only move how the current sends you, means that you can end up over a freaking waterfall called 2023 with no oars, no preparation, in a boat that now has holes because it's old. One thing that the 20s have done as we wrap up is the 20s has demanded more of you. Not demanded more of you, but has demanded more of you. We cannot get away with what used to work before, because what worked before wasn't us. It wasn't the person that God made us to be. It was the person who reacted to the way things was, how you were raised, what you did not get, what happened to you. We are boop, bump, boop, bump, boop, bump, boop, bump. But the thing about water is it doesn't just bend around obstacles. It also shapes the land if it has enough force. So you need to put the power of God into your life. Make a chair out of a tree. Make a house and a table. Make whatever you need to get what you want. And then he's going to show you weren't dreaming big enough. So get clear on that. Matter of fact, in the comments below, I want you to let me know, what do you want? So like, subscribe, follow, what have you. We're going to have fun on this channel because, girl, it is demanded of you to use your voice. I'll see you later.